In a village nestled between rolling hills, lived a young girl named Amina. She was known throughout the village for her kind and generous nature. Amina had a heart as bright as the sun. Her smile could light up even the gloomiest of days. She always thought of others before herself. Whether it was helping an elderly neighbor carry groceries or assisting a friend with their chores, Amina was always there to lend a hand. If someone was sad, she shared a kind word. Her comforting presence was like a balm to those in distress. If someone was hungry, she shared her food. Amina never hesitated to give away her own meal if it meant someone else wouldn't go hungry. Amina believed that even the smallest act of kindness could make a big difference. She often said, "A single act of kindness throws out roots in all directions, and the roots spring up and make new trees." Amina's days were filled with helping her family and friends. She would wake up early to help her mother with household chores, and then spend her afternoons assisting her father in the fields. She fetched water from the well, often making multiple trips to ensure that her family had enough for the day, helped her mother bake bread, learning the traditional recipes that had been passed down through generations, and played with the village children. Her laughter was infectious, and she had a way of making everyone feel included. Even when she was tired, Amina always had a smile on her face. She believed that a smile could make someone's day better, no matter how small the gesture. She knew that true happiness came from spreading joy to others. Amina's generous heart and unwavering kindness made her a beloved figure in the village, and her legacy of compassion continued to inspire everyone around her. One sunny afternoon, Amina ventured into the Whispering Woods. The forest was a place of peace and beauty. Sunlight dappled through the leaves, painting patterns on the forest floor. Birds sang sweet melodies, and the air hummed with the sound of insects. Amina loved to explore the familiar paths, her bare feet sinking into the soft earth. She knew the woods well, from the babbling brook to the ancient oak tree that stood tall in the center. As she walked, Amina kept a watchful eye out for interesting treasures. She loved collecting smooth stones, colorful flowers, and pretty feathers she found along the way. Suddenly something shimmered in the undergrowth. It was a feather, but unlike any Amina had ever seen. It gleamed like pure gold catching the sunlight. Amina carefully picked it up, her fingers tingling with a strange energy. As she held the feather, Amina heard a soft voice. "Well met, kind one," it said. Amina gasped and looked around. Sitting on a branch above her was the most beautiful bird she had ever seen. Its feathers shimmered with all the colors of the rainbow, and its eyes held a knowing gaze. Subscribe for more stories like this one. "Do not be afraid, little one," the bird said, its voice like the tinkling of bells. Its eyes sparkled with a wisdom that seemed to span centuries, and its feathers shimmered in the early morning light, casting a gentle glow around it. "My name is Solari, and I am the guardian of hope. I've watched over this forest and its inhabitants for many years, ensuring that hope never fades from their hearts. This feather you hold is a symbol of my power. It is not just any feather, it is imbued with the essence of hope and light. When you found it, it was a sign that you possess a rare and beautiful spirit. To find it means you have a kind and generous heart. Only those who are pure of heart and intentions can discover such a treasure. It is a testament to your inner strength and goodness." Amina listened, her heart pounding with excitement. She had always felt a special connection to the forest, but she never imagined it would lead to an encounter like this. She had never met a talking bird before, let alone a guardian of hope. The realization filled her with awe and wonder, and she felt a sense of purpose stirring within her. "What does it mean to be the guardian of hope?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. Her curiosity was piqued, and she wanted to understand more about this magical being and its role in the world. "It means I watch over the world," Solari explained, "bringing hope to those who need it most. I am a beacon of light in times of darkness, a reminder that even in the bleakest moments, hope can always be found. And this feather, it grants one wish to the person who finds it. But it is not a wish to be taken lightly. It carries the weight of responsibility and the power to change lives. But be warned, the wish must be made with a pure heart, for it will be granted. The intentions behind the wish must be selfless and true, for the magic of the feather can only be harnessed by those who seek to bring goodness into the world." Amina clutched the feather tightly. One wish, She could wish for anything she wanted. She could wish for a mountain of gold, a palace to live in, or even to be the most beautiful girl in the world. But Amina knew that true happiness didn't come from material things. Her heart yearned for something more meaningful. She thought of her village, where people often struggled to put food on the table. She remembered the tired faces of the farmers, the worried whispers of the mothers, and the rumbling stomachs of the children. Amina knew what she had to do. "Solari," Amina said, her voice filled with determination, her eyes reflecting the depth of her resolve. She stood tall amidst the towering trees, her heart pounding with the weight of her wish. "I wish for my village to never go hungry again." The village, nestled in the heart of the valley, had seen many hardships. Seasons of drought had left the fields barren, and the people had grown weary from the constant struggle to find enough food. "I wish for the land to be fertile, rich with nutrients, so that it may yield bountiful harvests year after year. The soil, once cracked and dry, would become a haven for seeds to grow and flourish. The crops to be plentiful, enough to feed every mouth in the village and beyond. Rows upon rows of golden wheat, vibrant vegetables and sweet fruits would stand as a testament to the land's newfound abundance. And for everyone to have enough food to eat always. Families would gather around tables laden with food, sharing meals and stories, their laughter echoing through the village. No child would go to bed hungry, and no elder would worry about their next meal." Solari smiled, its eyes shining with approval. The ancient spirit, guardian of the forest, had seen many wishes, but few as pure and selfless as Amina's. "A noble wish, child," he said, his voice resonating with warmth and wisdom. "A selfless wish, born from a heart full of love and compassion. Your wish is granted." As soon as Solari spoke, the golden feather in Amina's hand began to glow. It was a feather unlike any other, imbued with the magic of the forest and the spirit's blessing. It pulsed with warmth and light, a gentle yet powerful energy that spread through Amina's fingers and into her heart. The light grew brighter, enveloping the forest in a radiant glow. It was as if the very essence of life was being poured into the land, rejuvenating it with every pulse, spreading outwards until the entire forest was bathed in a golden hue. The trees, the plants, and even the smallest creatures seemed to bask in the warmth of the light, their spirits lifted by the magic. Then, as quickly as it began, the light faded, leaving behind a sense of peace and renewal. The forest, once dark and foreboding, now felt alive and vibrant, and the feather turned into ordinary gold, a tangible reminder of the magic it once held. Amina held it close, knowing that it symbolized the hope and prosperity that would now bless her village, a reminder of the magic it once held. The golden feather, now a simple token, would forever be a symbol of Amina's selfless wish and the boundless potential of a heart filled with love. Amina raced back to the village, her heart overflowing with hope, and when she arrived she could hardly believe her eyes. The fields that had once been dry and barren were now lush and green. Fruits and vegetables grew in abundance, their branches heavy with the promise of a bountiful harvest. Word of the miracle spread throughout the village like wildfire. People rushed to the fields, their faces a mixture of disbelief and joy. Never again would they know the pain of hunger. Amina's selfless wish had transformed their lives. From that day forward, the village prospered. The people thrived, their faces no longer etched with worry, but beaming with happiness. And Amina? She continued to live a life filled with kindness and generosity, always putting the needs of others before her own. The story of Amina and the golden feather became a legend, passed down through generations. It served as a constant reminder that true wealth lay not in material possessions, but in the kindness we showed to others. Though many years passed, the spirit of Solari, the guardian of hope, continued to watch over the village. And whenever someone faced hardship, they would remember Amina's selfless wish and find the strength to keep going, knowing that even in the darkest of times, hope always had the power to bloom again. For Amina's story taught them that even the smallest act of kindness, like a single golden feather, could have the power to change the world, one heart at a time.